You know what's funny? People will spend $400 on patio furniture and then sit outside feeling completely exposed, like they're eating dinner on a stage. Neighbors on the left, neighbors on the right, someone's dog staring at you from across the fence, and the whole thing just kills the vibe. But here's the part that gets me. The fix is sitting on a shelf at Dollar Tree right now. 10 ideas, most of them under $5. And some of them, you'd swear they came out of Garden magazine. This is something I've noticed more and more, backyards that look almost finished. Nice furniture, a few plants, maybe some string lights. But there's no privacy, no sense of enclosure. And that one missing element is literally the difference between a backyard you use every weekend and one you walk past. And if that's you, if you've been staring at your backyard thinking something's missing, but I don't know what, you're in the right place. If you're new here, this channel is about making your outdoor space look like it cost way more than it did. Hit subscribe, because I drop new ideas every single week, and I genuinely think you'll want to come back. Now, let's get into it. Idea number 1, the bamboo stake grid trellis. Okay, so this one looks simple, and it is. But what most people don't realize is how different it looks once it's actually installed. You're taking Dollar Tree bamboo garden stakes, the long ones usually in the craft or garden section, and you're building a grid. Horizontal rows, vertical columns, zip-tied at every intersection. That's it. But here's what surprises people. When you paint that grid mat black before you put it up, it stops looking like Dollar Tree. It starts looking like something from a high-end garden catalog. The black color flattens everything out visually. It disappears into the background, and whatever grows on it becomes the star. And this is where it gets interesting. What you grow on this trellis completely changes the personality of your backyard. But I'll come back to that in a second, because there's a specific vine that works insanely well with this style, and it's not the one most people think of. Idea number 2, the Dollar Tree curtain panel privacy wall. Most people walk past these without a second thought. White curtain shears, usually in the home section. They look like curtains, but put 4 of them on a tension rod anchored between 2 wooden posts. You just build a privacy wall that moves in the breeze, filters afternoon light, and makes your patio feel like a boutique hotel in Tulum. Now, here's the part nobody tells you. The fabric fades. It will. So the trick is to buy 2 extra panels from a jump. Store them. Swap them out when the outdoor ones start looking tired. You'll spend an extra couple dollars now and save yourself a headache later. The other thing? Weight them at the bottom. Clip a few dollar store binder clips to the hem with small stones in a pocket or so in a thin dowel. Otherwise, they billow everywhere and the whole thing looks chaotic. Done right, though? It's genuinely beautiful. Idea number 3, the vertical planter privacy screen. This is one I almost didn't include because it takes a little more patience. But I'm glad I did. You take a freestanding trellis frame. Dollar Tree has simple ones, and you attach small plastic pots along the face of it. Dollar Tree pots, Dollar Tree hooks, Dollar Tree zip ties. The whole structure costs maybe $8 or $9. Now you fill those pots with trailing plants. Pothos, sweet potato vine, creeping Jenny if you can find it. Here's what most people don't realize about sweet potato vine. This is one of those plants people underestimate every single time. It's not just filler. Sweet potato vine grows aggressively, like almost shockingly fast for a container plant. In a warm summer, you can watch it change week to week. The leaves are bold, either deep burgundy or that almost neon chartreuse, and when the light hits them, they glow. The thing nobody tells you is that it actually wants to cascade. It will spill over the edge of a pot and keep going, which is exactly what you want here, because within a month, this structure starts to look less like a DIY project and more like a living wall. If you've ever seen those high-end planted walls at restaurants and thought that's too complicated for my backyard, this is the budget version. And honestly, sometimes it looks better. Idea number 4, the spray-painted lattice panel. Okay, this next one, most people only discover after they've already spent money trying something else first. Dollar Tree sells small lattice panels. They're usually beige or light wood tone, and on their own, they look fine, functional, nothing special. But here's what changes everything. You take a can of matte black spray paint. You lay the panel flat on cardboard. 2 thin coats. Let it dry completely. and then you mount it against a wall or fence, and you put a trailing plant in front of it. A fern, a climbing rose, anything with soft texture. What happens is almost visual magic. The black lattice recedes. It becomes negative space, and the plant in front of it pops like it's floating. Interior designers do this all the time with shelving and cabinetry. Dark backgrounds make everything in front of them look more intentional, more expensive. You're applying that exact same principle to your garden for $3. Idea number 5, the rope/macrame trellis frame. You've probably noticed macrame everywhere lately. And I know, some people roll their eyes at it. But when it's done in a garden context, it hits differently. Dollar Tree carries jute twine, cotton cord, sometimes macrame rope depending on the season. And what you're doing here is simple. You're creating a woven pattern between two upright stakes or a simple wooden frame. No macrame experience needed. You're not doing complex knots. You're just wrapping, creating a grid of soft texture that climbing vines can grab onto. And this is where the right plant changes everything. Climbing nasturtium on a rope trellis looks almost whimsical. The round leaves and bright orange and yellow blooms fill in every gap with color. But here's the part about nasturtium that most people don't know, and this is worth writing down. Nasturtium is completely edible. Leaves, flowers, all of it. The flowers have a peppery flavor that works in salads, and they look absolutely stunning on a plate. So now your privacy screen is also producing food. That's the kind of detail that makes guests stop and ask questions. And that's exactly what you want from your garden. Idea number 6, the bamboo roll screen plus frame. This one's a little different because it's less about building and more about placement. Dollar Tree sometimes carries bamboo roll screening. If your location doesn't have it, check the dollar section seasonally. But when you find it, get several. Because the secret isn't one panel alone. You're building a frame from basic wood stakes, Dollar Tree, again, and you're mounting the bamboo roll behind it as a backdrop. Then in front, you plant, or you hang small potted plants from the frame itself. What you end up with is layered depth. The bamboo provides a warm, natural texture. The plants in front add life and color. And the whole thing reads as intentional landscaping rather than budget screening. It's the difference between putting up a privacy solution and creating a garden feature. Idea number 7, the fairy light trellis wall evening transformer. I'll be honest, this one surprised me. Because during the day, it's a trellis. Clean, structured, functional. But the moment the sun goes down and you switch on the lights threaded through it, it becomes something completely different. Dollar Tree fairy lights, the warm white ones specifically, woven through any trellis structure, turn your backyard into what I can only describe as a private outdoor room. It's genuinely hard to overstate how much ambience this adds. And here's the part that gets interesting. Most people hang fairy lights above or around their space. Almost nobody weaves them through a vertical structure. So when guests see it, they can't quite figure out why it looks so good. They just know it does. This works best with the bamboo or lattice trellis ideas from earlier. And the running total at this point? Still under $15 for the whole setup. Idea number 8, the climbing rose trellis screen. Okay, this one requires patience. And I'm going to tell you that up front, because I think too many people skip climbing roses in a budget garden because they assume it's complicated. It's not, but it does take a season. What you're doing here is mounting a trellis, Dollar Tree bamboo grid or lattice panel, and training a climbing rose against it. Dollar Tree occasionally carries small rose starts, especially in spring. If not, check your local nursery for budget bare root options. Now here's what most people don't realize about climbing roses. They're not like bush roses. They don't bloom on their own schedule and move on. When a climbing rose is properly trained against a structure, it becomes architectural. The canes spread wide. The blooms appear along every lateral branch. And by midsummer, you don't have a trellis anymore. You have a wall of roses. The scent alone changes the whole atmosphere of a backyard. There's a reason climbing roses appear on the facades of the most photographed cottages in England. They are probably the single most dramatic transformation a plant can make to a structure. And here's the thing nobody tells you. You don't need to prune aggressively. Just tie the horizontal canes down gently as they grow. The more horizontal the cane, the more it blooms. That's the secret. Horizontal growth triggers flowering. Most people prune climbing roses like bush roses and then wonder why they get no blooms. Now you know. Idea number 9. The tension rod renter's privacy screen. If you're renting, this one's specifically for you. No orders. No mounting hardware. No landlord conversations. You take 2 tension rods. Dollar Tree has them. Or you can use longer curtain tension poles, and you anchor them between 2 walls, posts, or even furniture pieces on a patio. Then you hang curtain panels, bamboo strips, or even a woven mat between them. The whole thing comes down in 10 minutes and leaves no trace. What surprises most renters is how solid this feels when it's done right. Tension rods anchored properly hold more than you'd expect. Add some potted plants in front, and the whole setup looks completely intentional. This is probably the most underused idea on this list, which is why I included it. Because if you've been telling yourself you can't do anything with your outdoor space because you rent, that excuse is officially gone. Idea number 10. The living vine wall, pot hose plus trellis system. And this is the last one. And I saved it for last because it's the one that genuinely builds over time. Pot hose. That's it. You know that plant. You've probably seen it indoors, trailing off a shelf, basically impossible to kill. What most people don't realize is that pothose absolutely thrives outdoors in warm weather. In summer heat with indirect light, it doesn't just survive, it accelerates. Here's what most people don't realize. Pothose outdoors grows differently than it does inside. The leaves get bigger, noticeably bigger. In its natural environment, pothose is a jungle plant that climbs trees, and the leaf can grow to the size of dinner plates. So what you're building here is a trellis frame from Dollar Tree materials, stakes, a lattice panel, zip ties, and you're training outdoor pothose up it throughout summer. By late August, depending on your zone, you have a genuinely lush green wall. And here's the part that drives people crazy in the best way. You can propagate pothose endlessly from cuttings. Every vine you cut becomes a new plant. So your initial $3 Dollar Tree cutting becomes 10 plants by the end of the season, which means you can extend the screen, fill gaps, or give starts to your friends. There's a reason this plant has survived every gardening trend for 50 years. It's practically indestructible, it's beautiful, and it grows like it has something to prove. Okay, so I said I'd come back to this. If you've been watching and wondering which single Dollar Tree item ties all of these ideas together, it's matte black spray paint. I know, that sounds too simple, but think about it. Every trellis, every frame, every bamboo grid, when you paint it matte black, it stops being a Dollar Tree project. It becomes a design decision. Black is neutral, it recedes visually, and it makes every plant color pop harder against it. Spray paint is probably $3 a Dollar Tree right now, and it changes the entire perception of whatever you build. That's the secret, not the trellis, not the specific plant, the finish. All right, 10 ideas, most of them under $5 individually, all of them capable of making your backyard look genuinely expensive this summer. I want to know, which one are you doing first? Drop the number in the comments. Just the number. I read every single one. And if you found value in this video, subscribe, because I post new garden ideas every week, and the next one, it's going to save you money in a completely different way. There's a video queued up right now that goes deeper into vertical gardening for small spaces. I'll link it right here. Watch that next. I'll see you there.